This episode of Krawlstars is brought to you by Hero Off-Road and Crawl 5280 in association with Tom's 4x4, Sidemind Creations, Adventure Off-Road Park and Nature Center, For Low Magazine, RSQ, and JP Freak. When you're away from home, sleep isn't always the easiest thing to get. You're so used to your bed and pillow. Any slight variation will jack you up. Even the little ones aren't immune to it.
How'd you sleep? Like a bear? How'd you sleep? Finally get some?
Yeah, finally.
For Drew, lack of sleep makes him very cranky.
No.
Alright, I'm wheeling. I don't give a what you guys do. You can suck my
How the f*** he get a shirt?
You bought it.
Why are you buying their shirt? You ain't buying our shirt.
After Drew got his coffee and had a cigarette, he was good to go. Everyone mounted up and we hit the road ready for some dirt under our toes. In this final episode, we explored Coppinger's Cove, also known as The Cove. It is not far from AOP, and it's a fun trail that offers a lot of water crossings, a lot of mud, a lot of rocks, and of course, a huge cave. Just like any other mountain region, weather can change in an instant. In the valley we were in, it did just that. One moment we had sun and clear skies, the next, a light rain, and then...
So, weather update, it started raining out here at Coppinger's Cove, and we're getting a little wet.
We knew this downpour would increase the level of slop.
That was awesome. Some sick stuff. You don't have very many water crossings in New York?
We do, but nothing like that. Do not stop. There is a hole that will suck you down. Just keep moving. Hug the bank.
We've previously discussed the mud in the south, but we haven't talked about the large holes that like to eat Jeeps.
Hey Dave,
So I don't know about awesome.
so I assume you're sleeping on the couch tonight?
Well, I got a separate bed. I'm good. We have our own beds. It's perfect.
Hey, David, you don't know awesome.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh shit, man! I'm full of water.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'm okay. I'm fine. It was actually kind of fun.
I gotta drain it. crazy. It was awesome, man.
Michael reminds us that anywhere can be your happy place. When Michael was done serenading me, we had lunch, if it was still dry.
He's still dry.
With the nutrients packed away, it was time to get back on the trail.
Time she's wheeled your Jeep?
This is not the first time she's wheeled my Jeep. She claims that she doesn't like wheeling, but when she gets in the seat, it's good luck Trevor getting the seat back.
Is this the first time she's wheeled your Jeep as your wife?
This is the first time she's wheeled my Jeep as my wife. She better not break anything.
It was a very hot day, and the humidity was out of control. We took advantage of our surroundings and cooled off a little bit, although some methods were preferred over others.
Of course. Tell me in one of my better moments. In my real atmosphere here.
This is
what I look like when I'm not on the road.
This is Tennessee living?
Exactly. I grew up like this, you know, hillbilly land. Yeah. We're gonna go out and play the crick today.
Mr. Donnie Moss, also known as Redneck Romeo. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Crawling Boulder Fields can be described with many different clever analogies. Overall, they can suck, especially when covered in moss. When you don't have lockers, it can increase your likelihood of carnage. Just ask Drew, nicknamed Stuck.
Do what? My lustrous leader here broke a shock mount.
Well, he was grasshopper yesterday.
We're gonna do a trail
Trevor wasn't
side
liking it.
I thought when you took off and then we caught back.
That's not supposed to be there. That should be down there.
I did my tire with it.
For many of us on this trip, seeing this type of formation is a first. The cave was huge, the fog it gives off is very eerie. This fog is caused by the 25-degree difference in temperature between the cave and the outside of the cave. Getting into the cave proved as problematic as getting out could be.
Just keep doing what you're doing, he's moving this way. Woo!
It isn't that Chris's rig suffered any damage. He just got stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay, you got in, now you gotta get out. The cove offered us a little bit of everything, and we saw a little bit of everything. Without a doubt, none of us will forget this trail. Friday. Today is free day. Participants, sponsors, and event staff get to do anything they want today. Check out the town, hit a trail, or, if you're like me, the domestic duty of doing my laundry. After 8 days of living out of a suitcase, I was running out of things I haven't sweated in. I was in a big rush to get out of there for a handful of reasons. It was in the hood part of Chattanooga. It was hotter inside than it was outside. I didn't want to get robbed, and my next thing to do was to go visit a friend and possibly get a tattoo. Some of the participants made their way back to AOP for the day.
Out here, Chattanooga, obviously enjoying JPTrex 2018. We're here to see Franklin here at Red Queen Tattoo, and I think I'm gonna finally get my first tattoo and enjoy that, and sit in the chair and hopefully don't cry in line and look like a big baby. We're gonna get the TrekWorks logo. It means something cool to me personally, and Drew and I have discussed what it means for us to be putting on this event and do what we do with Hero Off-Road and supporting veterans. So Franklin is a military veteran, so we get to sit down with him, talk to him, and he gets to do my first thing. So we're even excited, and here we go.
How you doing? My name is Frank Metz. I work here at Red Queen Tattoo in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Originally, I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm a 20-year Marine Corps veteran. Did 20 years out of Camp Lejeune pretty much most of my time, and I definitely support anything that has to do with veterans. Really push for it.
How long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing for about 16 years. I started when I was in the Marine Corps. Got into it with a buddy of mine, and he taught me how to do it. For 2 years, I was an apprentice working under him, and just tattooed the whole time.
So as a veteran, what are these events, these organizations that, help collect money for veterans? What does this mean to you?
It's big. I mean, because you have some veterans that reach out and need help and will get the help, and you have some veterans that stay in the shadows and they don't ask for help. those are the veterans, honestly, I think need more help. And I think organizations that go out there and help push towards veterans, assistance is a great thing.
It was finally time for Darb to feel the needle. To be honest, I built it up a little bit to be painful, just to jack with him.
So what's your first reaction?
Yeah,
Not that bad, is it?
I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna be here all the time.
It's not every day that your buddy from another state can just give you a tattoo. So I jumped in the chair and got some ink of my own. As we were heading out, Franklin told us about a memorial that was put up by the people of Chattanooga for the Fallen Five. He was adamant that this was something that we had to check out, so we did. On July 16, 2015, a politically motivated man opened fire on 2 military installations in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He first committed a drive-by shooting at a recruiting center, then traveled to a U.S. Navy Reserve Center and continued firing. He was later killed by police in a gunfight. A Navy sailor, a Marine recruiter, and a police officer were wounded. The sailor died from his injuries 2 days later. Just by coincidence, we were visiting this memorial 3 days before the 3-year anniversary of this tragedy. And then Darb explained how close to home this hits.
So, we just left Franklin. I don't even know if I can do it. When he told us about this memorial, coming up on the 3-year anniversary of a pretty tragic day. What was cool was finding out that the people of the city came together to build this memorial for those that lost their lives that day. I have a good friend of mine who was very, very good friends with Skip Wells, who lost his life on July 16th, 2015, when someone decided to shoot up the career center here for the Armed Forces. It's a cool thing, it's emotional. I don't even know what to say. These guys give up time with their families, friends, and they make sure we can lay our heads on our pillows at night. They make sure we can go do what we do. We have fun. We get to do whatever we want to do. And so it's just sad when we lose them. And this is just overwhelming. It's just the spot is overwhelming. To know that it happened there, and that the people didn't wait for our government, they didn't wait for our city council, they didn't wait for anything out here to do anything for them. They came out and they spent the money and they built this memorial, and pretty awesome.
Darb reaches out to his friend Ryan, friends with Skip Wells, memorialized at this site.
It's one of those ringtones that plays you music while you're waiting. Hey Ryan, buddy, I just wanted to let you know that we're out here in Chattanooga for our event to raise funds for Hero Off-Road and our veterans, and we stopped by the memorial for the Fallen Five up here, so we're seeing where they've honored Skip, and I just wanted to chat with you because we recorded us kind of being up here. And I wish I had thought about it and tried to have you up here too. It would have been cool to be here with you, brother. So just want to let you know we visited, and it's pretty impactful, man. Really cool what the people of the city did, and I just wanted to tell you I was here and thinking about you and everyone that lost people that day. So hope to see you soon, brother. Have a good one. This is my buddy Ryan Lamb. Really good friends with Lance Corporal Skip Wells, and it's just wild. It's wild. Shut that off.
We're just setting out raffle items for the raffle tonight. Getting set up so that when everybody's here, we're done and we can then go and hang out and do what we need to do. And, okay, I gotta be careful talking with a knife.
Tonight, we dine. It's the last night in Chattanooga. The staff got the event swag set up, as well as the raffle items donated by many of the event sponsors and supporters. Raffles that have Jeep-related items in them are perfect setups for those with Lady Luck on their side. Even if you don't win here, you still get a nice dinner. Friends are family that you choose. Sometimes the language of friendship is the sound you hear when rubber meets rock. Shakespeare said, "A friend is one that knows you as you are, understands where you have been, accepts what you have become, and still gently allows you to grow." That sounds to me like he's describing wheeling buddies. It's events like JPTrex that bring complete strangers together for a week of fun and leave with a new friendship and memories that will last forever. It's participants like the 3030 that want to give back to veterans and understand the sacrifices the veterans made for us so we can enjoy our trails and use that camaraderie to build bonds with family and chosen family. From everyone at TrekWorks, thank you for an awesome event, and we'll see you next year in Moab, Utah.